watching Fox Sports.
Welcome to our special Easter edition of Super Sunday. The Raiders and the Mariners coming up in just under half an hour. In the meantime, though, our special guest is the Canterbury skipper Simon Gillies. Peter Jackson has put together a great profile on the Perth Reds superstar Julian O'Neill, and we've got all the highlights of last night's thriller between Auckland and Penrith. First, though, it's time to welcome, as usual, the old bulldog himself, Steve Mortimer, fresh back from Adelaide. That was a good game too on Thursday night.
It was. Not the old bit, though, but I am in the 40s.
Former.
Yeah.
Former. But you're always a bulldog.
Yeah, I am. Of course I am.
You choose your own adjective.
Actually, I didn't give away my age. I was a berry before a bulldog, so I don't need for that. I was at Adelaide on Thursday night, and it was just great. There was 18,000 people there, and I took a walk through at half-time and I met a family that followed the Crows, and I said, why'd you come out here? And they said, we've seen the game of Rugby League on TV before. We thought we'd just come out and support it. We like the game. So, it is the future, and to see 18,000 people cheering on time too, and don't they hate that big Mark guy at Adelaide. So it was a great game, and the Reds that got up, they outmuscled our boys the week before, but it was overall it was a great night.
That's fantastic, Steve. And talking about Canterbury, last year when Terry Lamb retired, he took his famous number 6 jersey with him. But the club did have to find someone exceptional to replace him as the captain, and that man, of course, is Simon Gillies, who we're very glad is with us this afternoon. Welcome to the show, Simon.
Thank you, Cameron.
It is a tough job replacing Terry Lamb as the skipper of a great old club.
Yeah, well, Terry's obviously an exceptional player, not only for Canterbury, but when he played for Australia and New South Wales, everything he ever did in Rugby League he was good at, and captaining our side, he was an exceptional captain, and I'm privileged to have captained the club in a year when Terry was at the club, and having him there for, I think he was captain for 6 or 7 years, and I was at the club all that time. It's just been a great experience for me.
Simon, as you've said, you've had to take on a fairly privileged role, and as we look at the highlights of some of your playing career in Super League, just 5 rounds old, or 4 for you, we were surprised to hear from you a couple of rounds back that you said you weren't too happy with your own form, because we'd been giving you a rap. We thought that your leadership skills have been outstanding.
Well, I think, everyone has ideals before they play and goals you want to achieve in every game, and a couple of games I've managed, to run onto some good balls from other forwards and, off Craig Polamauna, but overall I've been disappointed with the way things have been going personally.
Well, the man who gave you that last pass for that try was Solomon Hamona. We were expecting him in here this afternoon as our guest as well, but there's an ankle injury there.
Yeah, I think he may have just twisted his ankle or torn his calf muscle at training this morning. He's a bit camera-shy, Sol, so he might be putting it on, I'm not sure.
All right, so we might expect to see him play anyway tomorrow. It's not as though... and here he is with that great try against the Sharks. That was fantastic, but you think that it might actually be a bit of camera shyness and we might see him line up tomorrow?
I'm pretty sure he'll line up tomorrow, without a doubt.
All right, well...
Just saying a sore ankle doesn't stop you talking, doesn't stop you talking.
No, a lot of people would say take a fair bit to stop me talking to him. No, Solomon, he's a big bloke, but he's shy, he's not used to the limelight, and he's getting plenty of that the way he's playing, so I think once he gets used to it, he'll be all right.
Yeah, well, we're certainly disappointed he couldn't make it. We're about 20 minutes from kick-off at Bruce Stadium. The Raiders haven't won a Super League game yet, but they've been very heavily backed to break their drought today, although they're going to face a Mariners team which is really growing in confidence. Last night, of course, at Ericsson Stadium, the Warriors won a controversial contest against the competition leaders Penrith. Gordon Falcon, the Panthers' second rower, was involved in a brawl, and he had the quite dubious honour of being the first Super League player sent off.